Today I'm going to be showing you my mini Lego Jagdpanzer E100. So this was just a prototype designed tank destroyer on the hull of the E100. So that's pretty much all the history because this thing was never built. The E100 was also never built, so it's just a very vague design. So moving on to the Lego model, I built it kind of short because I felt if I used longer tracks it would have looked too long. So since this thing is such thick tracks, I have to use 4 11 wide Technic things as the tracks. So this is probably my biggest mini tank yet. And here the gun is held in a ball mounted position, so it can elevate and depress and then go side to side. Mud guards, the curved sides of the E100, and angled back plating, side plating is also angled, and the front plating is angled too. And there's a little cupola machine gun thing there. So let's move on to the tutorial. So now we're moving on to the tutorial section, and usually I'd have music playing here, but the vehicle is so complex, I think I have to explain it. And I couldn't really fully break it down, or else I wouldn't remember it, or remember how I built it. So pretty much this part is 3 of these pieces lined up like this, and a 1x3 with one of these curved pieces on. And on these things, the curved pieces just go on the sides. And on the bottom, there's a single 1x3 here, and a 1x6 going across the whole thing. So, yeah, this part. Then you'd put this in here, and 2 more of these 2x3 pieces, and it creates a base for the next part, which is just 2 2x3s, and a bunch of these curved pieces as well, and a 1x6 here. So you just put that on like this. So this part, moving on to the frontal area, this part is basically just this piece that I usually use for the tracks, and 2 of these sloped pieces. This is the same piece as this, uses the mud guard. And I have these angled corner pieces and a 1x3 here. So it looked like this once it's put together. And the other side is just a 1x2 piece with another of these mud guard things, and it lines up like this. And this part, I'd probably break this down. So there's more of these curved pieces and 2x3s, creating a shape like this. So one here, and one here. And then up here is you can do any way of creating tiling for this whole 4x5 section. So I just chose whatever I could think of at the time, or use, because I'm quite limited on pieces right now, because I'm building the RC tank. So you'd attach these corner pieces on here like this to create the frontal section, and this part just connects together like this. And this is your base hull for the E100. And for this part, the track section, you just take, as I said earlier, 4 11 long Technic pieces, connect them with 2 pins on either end, and then join them like this to create the tracks. So after you've done that, just attach the tracks to the bottom using these angled pieces and 2 1x4s. So it'd look like this. And there's a little gap here. Yeah, so that's this part of the hull is done. So moving on to the front of the superstructure, I just have a bunch of these things connected by pins, and 3 studs at the end. Just cone piece here, 2 of these circular discs, 2x2 discs, with one of these axles. So connecting to the axle is one of these ball joint pieces with a axle hole in. You just stick it in. This is a 5 long, by the way. And you just shove it in the whole thing. So now for the bottom part, you have a 1x3 and a 1x1 and 2 2x3 wing pieces. And first you want to put the ball joint in here, and then put this around it and clip it in. It only clips on one side. Then you stick this part on to the hull, like this, using this angler hinge piece. Now for the sides. The side is pretty much another one of these hinge pieces with a 2x4 and a bunch of these stud jumpers. So you'd put the wing pieces on their center, and then 2 1x3 tiles and another wing piece, and fits onto the side. So you have to curve it first, or angle it first, and it fits on like this. And you'd make another one of those for the other side. And for the back, there's another one of these angler pieces, a 1x3 tile and a 1x3 plate, and attach 2 wing pieces on either side, like this. And you can put the back on here, but before you put the back on, you want a 1x1 slope right there, facing outward, so there's no gap that shows. Otherwise, there'd be a gap there. So, yeah. For the top section, we have, to make this piece, this is a one piece, but it's pretty much just 2 1x2 bricks and a 1x2 slope on top, and 2 2x4 tiles and a 2x3s under there. And I have one of these pieces that is a 2x4 tile with studs on each end, and you just put that on top here and stick that in between the 2 hinge pieces, like this. So now we have the main top completed. This thing sometimes falls off because it's connected by only one stud, which I don't think I could have fixed because there's very limited room inside there without having the ball joint. I thought that was a good way of allowing it to elevate, depress, and go side to side. And now finally for the rear underside, we have another one of these hinge pieces, 2 of these bricks with studs on the side, or headlamp bricks or whatever, and 2 1x2 plates. And this one's going to be angling upward. And we have just a 2x5 tile made with 2x3, 2x2, 2 1x3s, and a 1x2. Just put that right there. You can angle it upward by attaching it down here. Oh, you're gonna have to put it like this. So actually it angles outward. I just figured out. So you just attach this part down there, and it angles outward like that. And there's a small gap here that I couldn't fix without making it too thick on the back because of this overhang. So yeah, that's pretty much how you build the mini Lego Jagdpanzer E100. If you like this video, please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.